day 3, the final game of competition for these two teams in Group C of the FIBA Olympic pre-qualifying tournaments. It is Bulgaria facing off against Iceland. So a disappointing tournament so far for these two teams, both winless as they search for their first victory here today. It is two teams that have already been eliminated from a chance of making the top 2 positions in the group, and therefore a qualification into the crossover semi-finals. They are playing for pride today, playing for a chance of a win. As there you see the teams in Group C. Türkiye and Ukraine will face off later tonight. They are already the qualifiers that come out of Group C. That is a battle for top spot, as Bulgaria and Iceland battle for 3rd and 4th here in this game. That is the standings, as you can see. Türkiye and Ukraine both having defeated our opponents in this first game. And, Iceland and Bulgaria both with work to do to see if they can improve on what they've done so far here in Istanbul and finally taste victory. So teams are to the benches. We'll get the lineups with the teams coming out to the floor. First team up will be Ukraine. Oh, sorry, will be Iceland, not Ukraine. Ukraine don't play for another few hours. So the Icelandic team, they come in off the back of a loss to Ukraine. They've had a day off since then. Let's see how they recover from that. It was a disappointing performance, really, going down 69-82, and points have been the problem for this Icelandic team, as they've scored 69 in that game. As I said, 72 in the game against Türkiye, that they were defeated 99-72, and that's something they haven't been able to do here. Especially the 3-point shooting that just hasn't travelled with them to Istanbul so far. 25% they are from 3-point range in their first 2 opening games. Have to give credit to their opponents, though, as both of them really did execute the game plan against this Icelandic team, taking away the perimeter threat we know they've had, making their life difficult. So we'll see, can Coach Peterson and his team get that elusive victory here in Istanbul. On the other side, their opponents, Bulgaria, the big question really for them is the status of Brandon Young, the star guard for them in the opening game. Did not play yesterday with a knee problem, as Young had 16 points, 8 assists in the opening game, and he really was missed for them yesterday in the big defeat to Türkiye. So yesterday it was 104-66. They went down. An admirable performance for a lot of the game, but the experience of the hosts too much in the end. They did give a great account of themselves, forcing Ukraine into overtime in that opening game before eventually going down 80-71. So teams are out onto the floor here, and we will hear the national anthems of both teams. First of all, Iceland, and then Bulgaria.
national anthem of Bulgaria, Bulgaristan Ulusal Marşı.
Bulgaria versus Iceland. We'll get underway shortly then, as you see a greeting before the game. Bulgaria heading back to their court, and they are in the white uniforms, Iceland in the blue. As we see the officials for today's encounter, it is Maruis Shulin, Darais Zapolski and Karsten Struber from Romania, Poland and Germany respectively. The teams will return to the court, their ends, as we get ready to get underway here. They said it was a disappointing loss for the Icelandic team yesterday. They just can't get their three-point shooting going so far here in Istanbul. It went down 69 to 82 as Türkiye Hlinnesson led the way. He is in the starting five alongside Fredriksson, Gudmundsson, Gunnarsson and Steinarsson. So not really any major changes for the Icelandic team. The one addition is Gunnarsson, who had a great game in game number one for them, in which he was smoking hot from beyond the three-point line for head coach Craig Peterson. Was kept quiet yesterday, was Gunnarsson, as the Icelandic team led by the 18 of Hlinnesson. Just as we said, 39% from the field for them was the problems. Their opponents, Bulgaria, they fought valiantly, coming back from 25 down against Ukraine. And Brandon Young, we see in the starting lineup, he was a big part of that. Him and Ivanov in the backcourt. But he did not play in the last game, so great to see him back in the starting lineup for Coach Razan Bacharovsky. Young and Ivanov in the backcourt, they will be keys. Simonov had a big game in the last one. I keep saying yesterday, it was a day off yesterday for these two teams. It was the day before. And then Stoiliov will get the starting nod on the inside with Ivan Alipiev, the kind of inside-outside force for them. So the two shooters in Simonov and Alipiev. Stoiliov, who's not had a fantastic tournament so far, means there's no nod in that five for Konstantin Kostadinov, who was also a big factor in the tight game they had against Ukraine on opening night. So we said it is the final game in this championship for these two teams. Neither has a chance to qualify forward after losing their opening two games. We know from Group C, it is Ukraine and the hosts Türkiye that have qualified. They will have the showdown for top spot coming up after this one. But it should still be an entertaining encounter between these two teams. So Iceland not able to repeat the heroics that we saw from them in FIBA World Cup qualification, which they took everybody close. Eventually missed out on the slimmest of margins, going down to Georgia on the head-to-head. So Young back in the lineup for Bulgaria. What influence will he have? How is the knee issues that caused him to sit 2 days ago? That will be the thing to watch for him and his minutes. There's that back court battle between him and Ivanov for Bulgaria. Fredriksson and John Axel Gudmundsson for Iceland. Welcome once again to Istanbul then. It is Iceland against Bulgaria, set to get underway here. Final game in Group C for these two teams, both searching for their opening win. As the jump is won by Bulgaria into the hands of Brandon Young instantly. And he is guarded by Fredriksson. They look to go to the inside. Simonov has it. Trying to post up, goes behind his back. Stoiliov, tough ask for him to finish over Hlynnesson, and he's called for the 3-second violation. So that's the size that Iceland will have as an advantage here today. The Bulgarians have been small, you know, have been out-muscled really on the inside of every game so far. But what they do have is good speed offensively, especially when, you know, they bring in Konstantinov from the bench, small ball 5. He really caused the Ukrainians some difficulty. Bulgaria as well will use a zone defense. And if they're going to use that three-point shooting that we've already talked about from Iceland, as they miss their opener, will be a factor. One way to get the team out of the zone is by shooting it as a foul is going to go against Stoiliov, and you know, foul problems have hampered him in the first 2 games. Opening night against Ukraine, he came in off the bench, he committed 2 fouls in less than a minute, and it just affected his rhythm. He didn't ever get into that game. So I think putting him in the starting lineup is trying to get him going. It's going to backfire if he picks up cheap ones like that. And we await the first score here today. Here is Coach Peterson, the man on the sideline for Iceland. Experienced coach. He said he led the charge through that World Cup qualifying campaign. So close to getting them over the line to the World Cup that will be taking place shortly in Japan, Indonesia, and the Philippines. Gunnarsson loses it, another turnover. Oh, it is Bulgaria swiftly the other way. Nice little spin and finish. First points on the board. Simonov gets it to go. Iceland swiftly the other way. Steinarsson kicks it. Now he'll reset. Hlynnesson had the mismatch. They didn't find him. Now he'll get a touch on this block. How are Bulgaria going to guard the big man? Ricky Hlynnesson, and he gets the score to go. And no double team coming there. We saw Ukraine do a similar tactic yesterday. They allowed Hlynnesson to have a pretty big game as he had 16, but really kind of handcuffed all the perimeter guys. There's John Axel Gudmundsson, one of those guys that we're talking about, can't get his layup to go. And it's Bulgaria with Young nearly turning it over, but no ricochet between 2 Icelandic players. Steinarsson and Fredriksson couldn't take it in, and it goes back to Bulgaria then. Here's the drive from Gudmundsson, and Lipiev comes away holding the chin. Nice screen for Young. Good look for Ivanov. Unable to hit though. I said about the Icelandics three-point shooting, and unfortunately for Bulgaria, it's the same as Fredriksson gets the score. You know, both these teams come in, neither shoots more than 26% from three-point range. And Fredriksson is a guy, you know, coming into this tournament, we knew how key he was going to be for Iceland. They keep talking about the, you know, the qualification for the FIBA Basketball World Cup. Well, that was the last activity for these teams before they've come here to Istanbul. And through that campaign for Fredriksson, he played 9 games. He averaged 20.7 points a game for Iceland. He had a 30-point outing against Italy as well. So he is absolutely key for an offense that has struggled for points so far in these two games. There is Young, flipping it out. Alipiev for three, in and out. Good offensive rebound. Again, that size of Clinisson, able to close up the paint. He did give up the offensive rebound though. Young can't find any room. Alipiev again, another miss, but another offensive rebound. And this time, good anticipation. Gudmundsson glides in, gets two to go. Jon-Axel Gudmundsson, first points for him, just great defense. Read the pass beautifully. Had the speed to get to the rim and see a score. That's good, first points for Young. If you haven't been following the tournament so far, the opening game, Clinisson getting the dunk. Was between, the opening game here in Istanbul was Bulgaria versus Ukraine. The Bulgarians started so poorly in that one. They were 25 points down, not far into the second quarter. They haven't started particularly well here, as a three is good for Iceland. And somehow, though, they found a way back into that game and forced it to overtime. They will not want to get this lead out to 25 here as Fredriksson goes up high. Clinisson kicks it. Good cutoff from Alipiev defensively. Clinisson with 7 on the clock. No double team, so he takes his time. He is fouled. And that's going to be the second against Stoilov. Stoilov. You can see he's just holding on to the arm. Easy call, so he's going to have to go to the bench surely. Thrusterson comes in for Iceland with their sub. Stoilov remains in. As Fredriksson's made one. Count it! Well, if he gets going, watch out. An Icelandic offense which has struggled for points is essentially going to be adding a new man. Fredriksson is 3 for 3. He's got 9 points already here. Young now, trying to find some room off the high screen. Nice find, Stoilov gets the finish. Rejected by Young, good recovery. And you see Fredriksson pulling up, Young taking the challenge though after he hit a couple of threes, and now Young is ahead of everybody. Is he going to get it? Just manages to get there, but Thrusterson does a good job of getting himself back into position. Young finds Stoilov. Can he finish? He can't, but he's fouled. It was Thrusterson that commits the foul, and I've got to say, it wasn't a great foul, look, because Clinisson is there, he's in position, he's straight up, he's a difficult figure to score over the top of. Thrusterson commits the personal and bails Stoilov out, putting him on the line. Nathandelson's come in on the inside for Iceland. Stoilov misses the first. It's the second to go though. Halfway through first quarter then, Iceland 6-point lead. Fredriksson again, short on this occasion. Young calls the play, heading the other way. Even off, wide open. You can see the struggles for Bulgaria from the three-point line. They get a good look, can't knock it down as Steinarsson shows them how it's done. We've been waiting for this Icelandic team to be here in Istanbul through their first two games. The three-point shooting as Stoilov get back to the line again. It just, as we keep saying it, you know, it just hasn't been there for them in the 2 games that they've lost. So there you see Stoilov at the line for 2 more. Iceland going into the bench as Henningsen and Birgersson come in. Neither of those have seen much court time here so far, but he said, you know, nothing to play for. Chance to get some good minutes for some of the younger prospects on this Icelandic team. Henningsen is 22 years of age. And here is Birgersson with the ball. Fredriksson kicks it straight off the bench. Thrasten can't get it to go. Bulgaria heading the other way. Ivanov. It's the quick screen, nice little fake and go. As a foul is called. 3rd team foul against Iceland. 2nd foul against Thrasten. Once more reaches in, commits the foul as the offensive players driving in to the help. Klinison back in on the inside for Iceland. This time it's an offensive foul. Simonov is called for it. Yeah, left arm, wasn't it? Good call from the official. Simonov commits the personal. Gives it back to Iceland. Young is going to get a breather. Karanfilov, who did a good job at the point, being his replacement in the game against Türkiye. Anderson trying to find somebody. Fredriksson again making the offense happen. He's going to turn it over here though. Good help from Bulgaria. And go the other way. Alipiev forced to bring it back. Now Ivanov, great kick out. Alipiev wide open. They've got to make those. Bulgaria did everything right except make that last shot. Fredriksson now has some room, turning the corner. And it's tipped out him and came off his leg last. Fredriksson goes out. Dawson comes in. Let's have another look. Yeah, good hands off the thigh of Fredriksson. Lipiev using the screen. And move it to the far side. Back to Alipiev. Simonov. 2 seconds on the shot clock. Karanfilov stepping back. Isn't going to get it away in time. 24-second violation. Great defense from Iceland. And especially Thrasten, who's committed those 2 fouls, you know, just being a little bit too exuberant and going after the ball. That was smarter from him to commit the personal and just to ensure they got that 24-second violation. Simonov goes out. And it is Andrei Ivanov. He comes onto the floor wearing the number 24. Nielsen finishes it off. And a good start for Iceland here. As that 2 by Bjornsson gives them the 20-9 lead, and is going to force Bulgaria into a timeout. We said about the offense's woes for Iceland, but looks like they've finally got that rhythm going here in the first quarter of game number 3.
Най-близкият до топката, другите да сте събрани. Второ, защитата ни трябва да стане по-твърда, по-изпреварваща, по-агресивна. Те си правят каквото искат. Вие пазите като балерини. Трето, на бърза атака сте страхливи, не сте агресивни. Пропускате пас на 5, пропускате да се засилите, да отидете до края, да направим 2-3 лесни кошки. Това трябва да се промени моментално. Моментално.
Out of the timeout, it will be Bulgarian ball. 2.5 minutes left in this first quarter, just 9 points for them. They've also given up 20 to Iceland that will not be happy with. It is Kostadinov. He's been an X factor at times. The number 15, such a dangerous man on the roll. He'll screen, he rolls, tries to get behind Klinison, he can't. Alipiev now has to take the fall-away jump shot. I'm not sure that's what they designed out of the timeout. The offensive rebound from Kostadinov. Now he's going to fire a 3. And one thing they've been great at, Bulgaria, is hit the effort on the offensive glass. Another possession for them, as Ivanov does a great job just fighting for it. So Young into the game, has the ball, waits for Pavel Ivanov. 5 on the clock, he's going to take the long 3, always short, but again an offensive rebound, keeping Bulgaria in the game right now. Andrei Ivanov's done a good job, couple for him, nice little pass, and Kostadinov finishes it off. I said he's a quick, big, he's undersized, but Kostadinov, is a real X factor for Bulgaria. There he is, getting his first dunk of the game. Another 3, though, in response for Iceland. Oh, sorry, a 2. It was Bjornsson. So it's a doubling up right now. 22 plays 11. Ivanov thought about the 3, turns it down. He's only got 6 on the clock. Iceland, they've got to finish with a rebound here as Ivanov misses everything. And it is possession for Iceland. Five offensive rebounds for Bulgaria, but they only have 11 points total here inside the final minute of the first quarter. Ferguson gives it up to Poulsen. Now Klinison kicks it. Poulsen wide open, another 3, and it's good. The difference being they're just getting those clean looks, aren't they? That is now, what, 5 of 8 as a team. Sorry, 4 of 7. 4 of 7. Counted 1 too many. As Poulsen makes it. Ivanov with the response. And it is going to be the last possession here for Iceland to end this first quarter, and a great one for them. And a team which has been scoring right around the 70-point mark will be delighted with a 25-point first quarter. Here is Bjornsson just wide open on the elbow, walks into the jumper, buries it. And now they've got to get one final stop as Karamfilov nearly gets the heave to go as the buzzer sounds. Well, a good first 10 minutes for the Icelanders here. They lead this one. It is Iceland 27, Bulgaria 13. Oh, the offense from Iceland really has looked impressive today. You can see it there. Look at those numbers. 4 of 7 from 3, 57%. And Bulgaria, exactly the opposite, 0 of 8, struggling. It is what we said, that three-point shooting really has been the downfall of both of these two teams. For Bulgaria, you know, in a close game against Ukraine, they just couldn't quite make enough threes. And, you know, against Türkiye, they just didn't have the offensive quality. For Iceland, the way they play, trying to space the floor, three-point shooting so key. And when they're knocking them down like they are today, just gives them another dimension. So is that a one-off for the Icelandic team in this first 10 minutes, or will they continue with the hot shooting here today in Istanbul? That's going to be the question. And what can Bulgaria do about it? He said they had a similar start against Ukraine, who, you know, buried everything early from the outside, looked really comfortable offensively, and a change in defense was the way back in for the Bulgarians on that particular game. Will they do the same again here now? A little bit of 2-3 zone perhaps to see if it can disrupt the Icelandic rhythm. Grab your phones and download the Courtside 1891 app for stream schedule scores and more all the way through this extended summer of basketball as we head towards the World Cup 2023. Second quarter underway, Icelandic possession. It is a couple of subs in for Iceland. They have Linnesson, Pulsen, Steinarsson, Thorbjørnsen and Bjørnsen on the floor. And it is a quick score from Thorbjørnsen. Fresh into the game. Great introduction for him. For Bulgaria, same 5 that ended. It is Pavel Ivanov, Andrei Ivanov, Karen Filov, we see with the ball now, trying to make something happen. Konstantinov and Young out there. There's another missed 3. 0 of 9 now for Bulgaria. Three off, but good save. No. Thorbjørnsen got 2 hands on it, but have taken off with the foot on the line, so it's given us an out-of-bounds violation. No, he came down before he got rid of it. Again, great work from the officials. Young, who's been quiet, not surprisingly, coming off that game off. And now is his time to try and take over. Scores the floater. And still a 14-point lead for Iceland, though. Bulgaria remain in the man-to-man, and it works as Young gets the steal. Here he comes. Young looking to take over the game, get Bulgaria back into it. Pick and pop with Ivanov, feet set. And another miss, 0 of 10 now. For Bulgaria, Iceland will get it on the end line. Kick violation. Fredriksson back in for Iceland. Linnesson goes out. And Pulsen as well. Oh, excuse me, Gunnarsson comes in. That's the 29. Small lineup for Iceland. A lot of shooting on the floor right now for them. As the X factor right now, Thorbjørnsen has come in, just scored his second field goal in less than 2 minutes of action. 16-point lead now. Kanafilov trying to find some room, wants the high screen. Kanafilov does go up top. Ivanov blows the layup, and the putback also bounces clear from Dimitriov. Iceland with Pulsen. Fredriksson's got the switch, dances with it, gets some room. Can't get the bounce though. Filov goes cross court to Young. Young Nice little feed. Oh, extra pass, gives the layup to even off. Good work from Alipiev there along the baseline. He was the man who dumped it down for the layup, and then Kanafilov commits the personal. Coach Peterson's got to be happy the way his team's played today. This is, you know, more as we've come to expect from Iceland. The play, Gunnarsson steps all the way out to the back. Watch out for him. Three-point threat as he collects it. No hurry. Oh, gets the flare. Gunnarsson puts it on the deck. Scoops it with his left hand, but it's rejected. And here comes Bulgaria. Alipiev can't finish. He's fouled though. He'll be at the line. Two shots to come for Bulgaria then. As the first is good. Two of two. Yeah. So Thrusterson comes back in. He replaces Poulsen. There's Fredriksson with the ball, coming off a couple of screens. Now Gunnarsson, the teenager, putting it on the floor. Finds Fredriksson. Oh, loses his man with the crossover, draws the foul. Kanafilov knew he'd been beaten. It's the personal. Just tries to get control of the offense once more. So Iceland will have to generate that advantage again. Steinarsson off the screen. Oh, he had the open man in the corner, but good hands. Alipiev to just get a kind of touch to it. Get the deflection. Shot clock at 6. Iceland are going to call a timeout, draw something up here. They've got that ability to do it with this sizable lead. So 31 plays 19. Iceland trying to regain some of that momentum they'd built up in the first 10 minutes.
You take the ball out, okay? As soon as I get the ball, you guys are popping, getting your feet set. Elvar, you're coming hard looking for the ball. Fake like you're gonna get it. Stierman, you're asking for the ball, then you're gonna set this one for Elvar, and then you're diving at the ball. Okay? Execute, okay? Stierman, be a threat here. So that if they're not paying attention, maybe I would just pop it over your head. Verður að finna, ef þið skipta frá þér, þá ertu opið með leiðar. Okay? Listen, also look to run a 2-pop and also away with the twist action. So you can get some...
Let's see what Coach Peterson's got drawn up then. Look for a little fake and dive here. Doesn't work, but they're going to bury a 3 instead. Oh, that wasn't the play, but it all works for Iceland. As, once again, Gunnarsson has come into this one on a tear. 7 points for him. He's only played 3 minutes, the number 9. And a held ball. After another miss on Bulgaria for 3. 0 for 11. DPF rejected. Thrusterson loses him, tries to push and is fouled. Third foul against Bulgaria. Sideline possession. Steinison. Now Fredriksson. That man Brunson again. Fredriksson comes off the screen. Jumper is good. Well, where has this been? Your Dombanianson is just lighting it up right now. The 25-year-old. He played 13 minutes in the defeat against Türkiye. He didn't play against Ukraine, and he is making a case for more minutes in Iceland's next game, because he has come out smoking hot here. 4 of 4 from the field. He's got 9 points as Fredriksson misses there. What a game it has been for him so far. Young says, let's not go too quickly here. Kind of feel off, out of bounds. So frustration for Bulgaria. We get a glimpse at Rosen Barchovsky, and he's not a happy man. Rightly so. Lovely feed, and Thrusterson gets the finish. Iceland rolling here in game number 3, on their way to the first victory. Is between the legs to find the rolling man, and Thrusterson knows what to do with it when he gets it at the basket. Peterson fired up, little fist pump from him on the sideline. Bulgaria have got to call the timeout. They are trailing 19-38.
Много бавно и в нападение е бавно. На бърза атака не сте прецизни, имаме да дадем точен пас, да отиваме да направим лесен кош. Сега минаваме защита 25. Натиснете ги, след това отзад, ориентирано към хората, но трябва да пазиме един на един. Задължително един на един. Павление на Иван на место. Thank you.
Well, out of the timeout, it would be Bulgarian possession. They came into this game arguably as favourites, with the way they had played in their 2 games. They took Ukraine to overtime. Yes, they lost to Türkiye heavily, but so did Iceland. Even that game against Ukraine, Iceland, definitely the second best team. It wasn't overly close, but here today, what a difference it has been, the transition 3. And it doesn't go. Young now finds Karim Filov. Will he get going from 3? Finally, will that be the spark for Bulgaria as they hit their first 3 on their 12th attempt? They'll get another possession here as well as it goes out of bounds. There's the pick and pop. But it doesn't go. And this is the zone that we were talking about for Bulgaria. They'll bring it in now. 4 minutes and a change to go in the second quarter. It worked so well for them in the game against Ukraine, but they're going to pick up a cheap foul here. Kostadinov picks up the personal. Yeah, just contact against Linnason. Only the first against Kostadinov. Bounce is clear for Linnason. One of two for Linnason. We're on the line as Ivanov has been quiet. Back into the game for Bulgaria. Here he is, potentially getting it on the low post. No, didn't quite get the touch. Like the energy from Gudmundsson. And Pavlin Ivanov, 18 points against Ukraine, 7 against Turkey. A key player offensively for this Bulgarian team. Here he comes off a couple of picks, gets the middle of the foul line. Defense switches, challenges the shot well. And Iceland coming the other way. Quick three, he's good. Now, Henningsen, that's his first points. Confident stroke, wasn't it? Kalifilov's pass deflected, but by the boot of Linnason. Reset on the clock. So Stoilov coming back in. And Dmitriov heads towards the bench. Oh, sorry, Konstantinov. Semeniov gets deep, can't finish though. It's not been his day after a good outing yesterday. Finally gets it to go. He's 2 of 5 from the field. Yesterday he had 20 in the game against Turkey. He was the lead man for Bulgaria, as again they use this zone D. Linnason kicks it, Thrastason doesn't get it, but an offensive rebound. Oh, good work from Young. Can he save it? He does. Numbers down the floor now. Ivanov, though, doesn't get the ball. He was ahead of everyone. He was wide open. Drive and finishes good. Well, Henningsen, and he's just come in. We haven't seen a lot of him in this tournament. He's having a great game here. And also, you know, we've talked about Thorman Jensen. Those two are making the most of their minutes. Young's wraparound finds Ivanov. Can he get going? He does. Bulgaria, their second 3 of the first half, 2 of 14 now as a team. Thrastason loses it. Bulgaria use the high screen now. Kanafilov goes one way, then the other, but he's got to back it out. Shot clock to 10. Ivanov. Nice little feed. Stoilov rejected. Shot clock still winding down. Ivanov gets it up. Unable to finish as Gudmundsson pushes in the opposite direction. Axel Gudmundsson just 2 points on the game. He will be the provider here of a wide open shot for Thrastason. 5 points for Thrastason. And Iceland up to 47 now. It's a 20-point lead for them. Largest of the game. Filov, and a foul, I think, is going to go against Thrastason. Thrastason will surely head to the bench because that's going to be number 3 on him. Let's have a look. Yeah, just wraps around the leg. So frustration after he just hit the jumper. Has to go to the bench for this final minute or so. Gunnarsson is back in to replace him. Ivanov all the way, gets the roll. Goodmanson using the screen, thinks about the three, moves it on. Wide open look in the corner, and it's good. Another three. Henningsen, 8 points for him. Really easy going for Iceland as blocking foul against Henningsen. Here he is at this end, just waits in the corner. Iceland does a great job of moving the ball round to get to him. Just nice and composed, easy passes, all the time in the world for Henningsen to get that three away. That's the way you give confidence to the shooter. Hit him in rhythm, hit him with time and space. That's Bulgaria trying to get it in, eventually find Stoilov. Stoilov trying to find someone to screen. Low shot clock once more for Bulgaria, but a big hit. Who was that? Number 35, Ivan Alipiev. I think it was, knocking it down, yeah. Another three for him. A timeout called by Iceland then. So a big shot really. Momentum with Iceland right now. That will help Bulgaria with their confidence heading into this halftime break, and they back it up with one final stop. 7.4 seconds left for Iceland to get something.
Okay, and Jonaxa, you take the ball out. Okay, Hilmar, you're going to be here. You're going to screen for Kitty. Kitty, we're throwing it here, and to Ayer going up the court. Okay. Ori, you're going to just be, you know what? Or you're going to be here, you're going to screen for Ayer, okay? And of course, if they play like this, Ayer, you can go that way. Okay? All right. Hey, and looking, we're looking to attack, but there's 7 seconds, so you don't get to throw up a half-court shot.
.4 seconds to catch it deep. Oh, they've got to look here. Steinarsson. One dribble too many. I thought the opportunity was there, but good defense in recovery for Bulgaria. So it's as we were at the half now. A very strong opening 20 minutes for Iceland. They have the commanding lead. It is Iceland 50, Bulgaria 32 at the halfway point in this one. Shooting numbers, as it's so often been, a quick look. Your eye is taken instantly to the three-point shooting of both teams. Iceland having rebounded from a tough shooting tournament so far to be at their best so far in this one. The top scorers from either team. Some of the highlights from that first 20 minutes. Well, we came in saying offense been a struggle. Both teams shooting hadn't been at the level they wanted. Iceland have blown that away though. They've shot the ball extremely well from the perimeter. Offensively, just looks so comfortable in that first 20 minutes. They put up 50 points. And, you know, guys that we haven't really seen in this tournament made an impact. and done the most with the opportunity they've been given. On the other side for Bulgaria, a couple of times, just great bits of play haven't been finished, just with a lack of shooting at the end. So the question for them is, can they somehow slow down this Icelandic offense that has now got some confidence going? Or, can they get their own confidence offensively as well? Just 32 points for Bulgaria in this one so far. They're going to have to find somebody step forward. No one really done that, having even off 7 points for the Bulgarians right now. He is their leader. And then nobody else really has too much more. There's a couple of guys with 4 and 5. That's about it. So for Iceland, will this break be a good one for them? Or will it kill the momentum? Because right now, as we said, this is the Icelandic team we saw during the World Cup qualifying. Well, make sure you go nowhere. We've got second half action coming up shortly. It is Iceland 50, Bulgaria 32.
You need character. You need chemistry.
FIBA Basketball World Cup is the peak of the game.
It's the toughest competition in the basketball world to win.
That is why I will be there.
Because when you win for one,
You win for all.
Всичките действия трябва да се свършат. Внимателно за бек.
But what we want to look for is this. When it comes into you, or you turn around and backstreet for Ayer with a speed cut and then pop. Okay? So trick me, you got Ayer here, you got Ori there. Okay? That's when there's a set. Once we play transition first when it's there.
Half-time here from Istanbul. It is the final game for these two teams in Group C of the Olympic pre-qualifying tournament. If you're just joining us, Iceland have a sizable lead, 50-32 here at the break. Have been in superb offensive form in that first half, led by kind of everyone at this moment in time. Nobody in double figures. Fredriksson and Thorban Jensen have 9 points apiece, but it's been a team game for them as they have gone 8 of 14 from beyond the three-point line. This is after they come into this game shooting just 25% from three, so a real jump for them. Let's see if it will continue here in this this second half, or if there'll be any way back for a Bulgarian team which has played with deficit before. They trailed by 25 in their opening game against Ukraine before taking that one to overtime. So it is a team that can play with a deficit. Let's see what they can do here in the opening possession for Iceland as they go to the inside with Hlynnesson, and now Fredriksson isolated on this near side. He had 9 early, really set the stall out for Iceland, and now he's the provider. Gunnarsson, a lovely cut, gets his first points. Well, Gunnarsson has been quiet. He had 20 points in that opening game for them. Defeat against Turkey. It was the only man, really. Gunnarsson could do anything as he was smoking hot from beyond the three-point line. Bulgaria miss. Here comes Gunnarsson once more, and he rolls in a second basket. So the 19-year-old goes back to back for Iceland. And they stretch the lead out again. That's a 22, largest it's been. Ivanov finds Simonov. And another pass, nearly turned over. Axel Gudmundsson frustrated, he couldn't save it. It is sideline possession for Bulgaria. Go to Ivanov. Ivanov finds Stoilov. And an offensive foul. Stoilov, I think that is number 3 on him. Yeah. Stoilov, 3 fouls. Another game that could be limited for him because of foul problems. He remains out there right now. Let's see how long that lasts for Iceland. Would they, or should they look to Hlynnesson on the inside? It's still man-to-man for Bulgaria. They tried the zone for a short time, didn't really work as Fredriksson goes up high, and there is Hlynnesson. Nothing Stoilov could do about it. And this Icelandic offense is not showing any signs of slowing, are they? Fredriksson again throws it up, and Hlynnesson with the dunk. Timeout coming from Bulgaria. This is not the way they wanted to start the second half. Iceland, you know, confident, composed, aggressive, and look at this from Fredriksson throwing it up high. Hlynnesson, the only man in the picture, dunks it home for a 6-0 start for Iceland. It means they now have a 56-32 lead.
Човек от тук стоите и гледате как пробива. Ами, готови за помощ, ама не може този човек да пресича. Може да става такава грешка. Айде, добре. Айде! Аз се спием. Хорсайд. Отваря се стоиш тук високо. Пробвай. Айде! Пас, гейндов, да има движение. Бързо отиди да засвори.
What will Bulgaria's response be? We said, you know, they have played from behind, but right now they've not shown any signs of life in this one. It looks like a game for nothing for them, because right now Iceland putting them to the sword. 56 to 32. Ivanov waits. Kostadinov comes to screen. He rolls. Young finds the open man. Could pass from Young. Even when they get it to the right place, they can't finish the shots. Lupiev, at the second attempt, gets it to go. This is the 5 that I think is going to do it for for Bulgaria, but they can't allow Fredriksson to just go backdoor with no help. Great movement from him. Another strong start to a half after he started the first one well as well. It is Young. Young to the elbow. Fires, makes. Good work from Young. So the offense starting to tick over for Bulgaria. Chapel is trading baskets right now. Fredriksson again looks to go backdoor. Young thought he had the steal. Linnesson dunks it home. Well, it was the same play for Iceland. Young saw it come in, tried to read the steal. And you see, he tries to go for it, gets a hand on it, is tripped by his own man. So it's not a foul, and eventually, you know, defense then scrambling, 5 against 4. Very difficult to rotate and keep it out of the long arms of Tryggi Hillensen. A 24-point lead here. So get the floor scene too. It's Brandon Young that caused it. He's over there helping. So close to a steal as well. Must be frustrating. You know, he was knocked to the floor, and it was actually his own man that did it. Konstantinov looks on. Now Young. It is back to the hands of Young, up high. He worked this high ball screen with Konstantinov well last time. They will use him. He kicks it. Ivanov can't get it. He'll get his own rebound. Excuse me, that's Simonov. He is rejected. And here comes Iceland again. They wanted it high-low. Goodmanson dribbles it off his own foot. It's a backdoor violation. Young crosses over. Just look at all the congestion in front of him, though. Not much space. He's kind of bailed out with the foul call. Probably going to be 2 shots here for Young, because he went in the air with the ball. Steinerson, little smile. Not sure if he's smiling because he feels the official got it right or wrong. Either way, Young at the line. Young. Is able to make them both. Linnesson turns it over. Bulgaria. Oh, they picked it up. They're going to get the ball over to half here, but it's nearly taken away by Goodmanson. He doesn't get the steal, but his team will regain possession. That's just heady play from him. You know, he recognised the fact that, you know, Bulgaria struggling, had to advance the ball quickly. And the pressure on the passing lane from John Axel Gudmundsson gets his team possession once more. Fredriksson can't get it to Linison. Now they've got to start a possession all over. Clock to 15. Oh, Fredriksson goes past his man. It's down to Gudmundsson. Lovely little pass. And the cut is open for Steinarsson, who lays it up for two. And you can see the heads turned from Bulgaria, all facing the ball. Steinarsson does the right thing, cuts behind them for the two as a rare three goes for Ivanov. Well, for Bulgaria, it is second three of the game for Ivanov. And the score is, but the three-point shooting just 4 of 19 for the team. Referee's going to talk this on over as a foul is called. Let's have a look. Fredriksson. Scored big discussions here. So the basket is good. And it's going to be after the shot. So maybe possession as well for Iceland. Fredriksson with that. Moves to 13 points personal. So the fouls after the shot means basket is good. End-line possession for Iceland. Everything going for them right now. Linison gives it back to Fredriksson. His jumper doesn't go. So it doesn't turn out too bad in the end for Bulgaria. Ivanov pulls up. Can't get it to go. Follow for Kostadinov. He's such a tough cover. Kostadinov, he gives up some size, but he's so quick. You see it there. He's the man who set the screen, rolls. You could see him in your picture, getting after it. You know, nearly has the putback. He is fouled by Linison, so we'll go to the line for two. Kostadinov makes number one. Rattles home the second. Frustration from him. Linison goes out. Nathanielson comes in. It's slow for Iceland as they get it to Gunnarsson. Gunnarsson fading. He wants the three. That's where he's at his best. They've taken that away, but it leaves Fredriksson to be denied. Kostadinov with the block. Now, here comes Bulgaria. Kostadinov down the middle, but you're going to throw the pass to his ankles, not even above the knees for Kostadinov to try and collect it. Looked like he had the lane as well. And a turnover for Bulgaria. And you see some good defensive work for Kostadinov. That's his athleticism on show. But they couldn't convert the other way. Jonsson, sorry, Gunnarsson can't hit it. Strong drive. A little dump down. Nathanielson gets the slam. No jump shot, Kostadinov. out. And then the score is good. Iceland just rolling. Þorvaldur Jónsson, 2 more points for him. 11 points in 5 minutes for that man. Cross-court pass finds Young. Young in no hurry. Gets his man on his back. Can he find the room for a shot? He can't. Finds the kid, Karafilov, good pass, and Kostadinov gets the score. So Kostadinov, another basket. Pass out of bounds, gives it back to Bulgaria. Henningsen committed the the turnover. Ivanov comes in. Kostadinov to Young. Now Kostadinov will screen for Karafilov. Karafilov has him on the pop. Here he is. Kostadinov for 3. Makes it. So he's the offensive factor right now for Bulgaria. Kostadinov. There's the backdoor cut. Good rejection. But of course, Þorvaldur Jónsson is going to stay with it. First miss of the game for him on the opening shot, but gets the putback to go. 13 points personal. Young finds the cut, but look at the rejection. Iceland 5-on-3 advantage here. They'll look to shoot the 3. Surely somebody's going to get it away. No, Þrotharsson falls. Has to work hard to get to the rim and lays it up for 2. Well, Bulgaria, they're just leaking points right now. 24 in the 3rd quarter for Iceland. 74 plays 48. Bulgaria have to call their 2nd timeout of this second half already. Þrotharsson just wanders to the rim for 2 more. And another strong quarter for the Icelandic team.
Айде поне това да спреме. Бекдора и пресечките. Периферно гледайте човек, като пресича някой. Бекдора да спрем. Сега пик н рол. Казах, пак има голям. През него. Ще пазиме дроп, който стои назад и ще пазиме агресивен меч. Ако това е човека с топка и това е 5. И тук има 2. Той ще стои тук да посреща. От тук ще отскочиме яко. И ако спре топката, правиме смяна. Хайде да видите това да
Iceland smiles on the bench for them, and why not? Big lead for them. 2 minutes left in this 3rd quarter. Karafilov tries to find Ivanov. Ivanov hesitates though. Perhaps lost the opportunity. No. Still able to bury it, even with the hand in his face. Well, 3rd 3 for Ivanov. Another good game for him. Olsson hands it to Bjornsson. Iceland, real small lineup, spacing the floor here. Shot clock getting low though. The force doesn't go, and so it's a 24-second violation for them. A rare offensive breakdown for Iceland today, as Karafilov brings it down once again. Same play looks like. Ivanov off the screen. Gets it back. Ivanov, they'll isolate for him. Steps back, misses everything. And both teams get a 24-second violation. So after us having, back-to-back offenses where everyone's, got a great rhythm, sailing through, all of a sudden, 2 great defensive possessions in there. Bjornsson gives it up. And now, why not? Another 3, but it's short for the hot hand of Thorbjørn Bjørnsen. And Ivanov gives it to Karen Filov. He moves it on to Kostadinov. Kostadinov gets deep, just uses that athleticism to jump over the defender, get 2 more. Kostadinov, 11 now for him. Still a 21-point game though, as Iceland will use some clock here. Thrastason moves it on. Jonsson for 3, doesn't go. Offensive rebound though, put home by Thorbjørn Bjørnsen. And then a foul committed. 3rd team foul against Iceland. Smartly using the advantage they've got to put the ball on the sideline. .3 for Bulgaria to try and get something. It is the jumper from Ivanov. And Andrei Ivanov gets it to go to end the quarter for Bulgaria. Some frustrating faces walking to the bench for them. They have had a good offensive period, 21 points for them. They scored, but the frustration is they gave up 26 the other way as Iceland continued to dominate here in Istanbul. At 3-quarter time, it is Iceland 76, Bulgaria 56. So we said Bulgaria started to get their offense clicking a little. What's that, 3 or 4 threes for them in that 3rd quarter. That has been the woes, but the problem is while they were scoring, so were Iceland the other way. Here we see some of those highlights from the 3rd quarter. Lots of points as the 2 teams combined for 50 points in that period. And, it's really still all Iceland right now. Bulgaria had a couple of good performers, especially Konstantin Kostanidov in that 3rd quarter. He now has 11 points. Pavlin Ivanov has 13 to lead them in scoring. But Iceland, like we said, just looking so comfortable right now offensively. You could pick anyone in their team. There's lots of them having a good game. Henningsen off the bench, he has 8 points, 3 of 3 shooting from the field. Thorbjørn Bjørnsen has 15 points, 7 of 9 shooting. Thrastason 7 points as well, 13 for Fredriksson, 11 for Klinesen. And really, the kind of 2 surprises for the Icelandic team. John Axel Gudmundsson only 2 points, and then Gunnarsson only has 4, as he's been unable to get some clean looks for 3 as well. So it is 1 more quarter to go. It is the last game for these 2 teams here in Istanbul. Neither will qualify out of Group C, as they both failed to make the top 2 to get into the crossover games against the 2 top teams from Group D. It is all playing for pride here as Bulgaria attempt to regain some in this 4th period. Once more, they score from Konstantinov. Opens up the 4th quarter for Bulgaria. Good at the drive. Bjørnsen pulls up. Rattles the jumper, but it comes out. Young. Goes to Karen Filov, who just manages to hold on to it. Ivanov draws the double team. Good ball movement from Bulgaria. Young will shoot it, but doesn't get it. Ball didn't hit the ring, so shot clock's to 7. Karen Filov looking for Ivanov on the inside. Good defense from Bjørnsen to get the steal. It was a mismatch down low. That's a great job. Stopping the ball, get to the man who had the advantage, and then Karen Filov forced to commit the personal. Thrastason all the way with his right hand, lays it up for 2. Cutting action as the defense switching. Young finds the cut of Karanfil off his extra pass. Doesn't find his target. Eventually, Bulgaria get a shot away. Comes up short. Great work from Ivanov on the boards. Well, he's been a monster on the offensive glass as Andrei Ivanov. That's going to move him to 11 points and 8 rebounds here in this one. The easy dunk. Thrasterson is having a great game here. Arguably his best game of this tournament for the youngster. Perhaps if he can just walk to the basket and dunk it, of course. There's Ivanov trying to find somebody. He goes back to Young. Now Young. Step back three is good. There's Young shooting over the top of the defender. 11 points, 5 assists for Young. Ellison can't get the 3 ball to go. Young again into the lane. Nope. Tip doesn't go either, and now Iceland got the numbers. Steinarsson gets it to go. Now this is the way Iceland can play. We know that. They've been good on the defensive end. They run. They shot the ball so much better today. You can just see the confidence building for their team every possession as Bulgaria turn it over. And even with the good play and the strong lead, back comes Hlynnesson. And then waits for Goodmanson. A foul is called against Ivanov. Third against Pavel Ivanov. Goodmanson. It's deep. Tries to throw the lob to Hlynnesson. It's a good catch from him. But 5 on the clock now. Once more, Thorpe Bjarnason gets the 2 to go. 8 of 10 from the field he is. As Young responds, 17 points for the number 9. And as we said, you know, we've not seen him through this tournament. Thorpe Bjarnason. And he really is showing out here today for Iceland. Good pass, finds Hlynnesson. 2 shots to come. First one bounces clear though. So a thoughtful look from Craig Peterson. I thought he had this sizable lead. In a way, he was nervously looking towards the scoreboard there. Second is good for Hlynnesson to give it back to a 20-point game. Double team comes and it's going to be a turnover. Young off his leg last. So good work from Iceland to get the steal. So timeout called by Iceland. Sizable lead for them, but they want to continue to push here in this last 6 minutes.
Okay, and Jon Axel, you're here. You're coming out, we're looking in here, and back door, Jon Axel, you're lifting up. So if the back door is not there, okay, Thor, you're going to go through. If it's not there, swing it. If you're open, you're shooting. Otherwise, open side, pick and roll. Okay? After that, the next time we run horns with tough. Hey, if they switch it early, now you're slipping. Come on.
Timeout. Nice little floater from Goodmanson. Doesn't go. I think it was him that got the tip. Now to the inside for Bulgaria. Ball moves to the hands of Young now. His three. Doesn't go. Clinton with the rebound. Goodmanson thought about it. Gives it to Thrasterson. Tapped away. And in the end, Andrei Ivanov gets it to go. From Goodmanson. No good. Pull up. Rattles home. And that is Stoimanov. First points for Alexander Stoimanov here tonight for Bulgaria. Goodmanson finds Clinton, kicks it. An open three on that far side, doesn't drop on this occasion. And Bulgaria bring it the other way. Out of bounds. Ivanov's pass doesn't find Kostadinov, his intended target. Substitutions for Iceland. Some of the key guys going out as we see a turnover. So Yordanov in for action. First time we've seen the number 7 here for Bulgaria. 21-year-old centre. As Stoimanov brings it down. Stoimanov's pass finds Yordanov, and he is straight away. Yordanov gets the score onto the scoreboard already. So Gunnarsson and Bryggersen, Henningsen have all come in for Iceland at that last substitution point. Gunnarsson wide open under the basket, they miss him. Gunnarsson now taking his time, goes to the jump hook, fouled, and we'll be shooting 2. Looks like it's going to go against Ivanov. Trygve Clinton at the line, shooting 2 shots. Young using that high screen. Likes the left hand on the kind of push shot. Doesn't go on this occasion. And it will stay with Bulgaria on the out of bounds. More substitutions coming in. Trygve Viklinson going out up at the end of the night for him. Another good performance. Three is good. Ivanov makes another one. Now, again, he has played his part as Ivanov in trying to get his team this victory. Just not enough. As good offensive rebound and put back for Iceland. Bench like that one. Young. Trying to get his man on his back. Dribbling display from Young. Trying to go through everyone. Eventually kicks it. Stoimanov. His three doesn't go. It comes back to Young. Young tries to find some room for his own shot. The account bounces clear. Here comes Iceland. Another kick out three, but Henningsen comes up short. Stoimanov says, let's recycle this one. Gives it to Ivanov. Ivanov trying to find some room. Going to be a foul against Bjornsson. Timeout coming, called by Bulgaria then. It is 74-91, 1:46 left.
Brendan inbound the ball. No, Pavlin. Matej, this to Brendan. You're here. Andrei. И Саша, ти си тук. So, first pass to Brendan. If he play full front, low pass. If no, pass to Brendan here. Flare for shot or one more sit. If you can't pass the ball, immediately отиваш на pick and roll.
Sideline possession for Bulgaria. So they try to see this game out with some positive and get it in. So Ivanov trying to find some room. Ivanov, his three doesn't go. He's got 16 on the game. That's Ivanov. That's now Iceland. Let's see what they talked about in the timeout. Goes to Gunnarsson. Now, someone has got to make something happen. The pass from Henningsen goes out of bounds. He was looking for the big figure of Ragnar Nathanielsson under the ring. A little no-look pass too far behind the big man. No hurry for Young. Another three from Ivanov, doesn't go. Gunnarsson grabs in the rebound. He's going to get a look for three. Gunnarsson, he hasn't had many of them. Comes up short here. Bjornsson goes to the step back. He likes that shot. Gunnarsson tries to put it home. Just works on his rebounding stats as he gets 2 offensive rebounds and eventually the basket to go with it. Brings up the 91 points for Iceland. It is Ferguson holding and waiting inside the final 20 seconds. Henningsen is going to have to get a shot away, gives it up. Ferguson for 3, doesn't go. Young grabs in a rebound, 3-1 for him to take him to 4. And he will try to get final 2 points. He does, 15 points, 7 assists, 4 rebounds for Brandon Young. But it's not going to be enough as Iceland take their first win here in Istanbul. A good offensive performance for them, rightful winners, as Bulgaria will fall to 0-3. There is the confirmation. It is Iceland 93, Bulgaria 76 here. Yeah, two teams that had failed to qualify out of Group C, battled it out, but the Icelandic team, you know, they brought the game we expected from them here in Istanbul. They finally found the range from the three-point line, and when they did that, they're a completely different team. They took the early lead and never looked back. Iceland winning the first 3 quarters. It was only in that 4th period where Bulgaria were able to respond. So all credit to Coach Peterson, all credit to his team, as they got worthy deserved victors here today and end the Istanbul phase of qualification for them with a victory. Smiles for Iceland. There's the shooting numbers. You know, Iceland 30% for 3, but that was kind of brought down. A couple of misses for them in that 4th quarter. You know, the periods that mattered, that's when they shot it much better. 20 assists for them as a group as well. They were led by Thornbarn Jonsson, who had a great game, 17 points in the first real action for him here in Istanbul. Ivanov once again led the way for Bulgaria. The best plays from the 4th quarter then. The game was effectively sewn up by this point by Iceland through some strong play in that first 30 minutes. I think both teams going through the motions. A good quarter for Bulgaria to be able to get a victory. So Thrastason got a couple of easy drives. There's 2 of his points right there. And then, you know, the hot shooting from Iceland did continue at the start. Steinarsson sets his feet in transition. And as we said, when Iceland are making threes from beyond the three-point line, they are such a tough team to beat. We saw them more at their best here today than we have in their previous 2 games. And yeah, was the star man today. There's 2 more points going down for the number 9, Thornbarn Jonsson. 8 of 10 from the field for him. He had 17 points. It was one of 4 guys in double figures for the Icelandic team. Klinison 14, Fredriksson 13, his best game of the tournament for me. And then Thrastason had 11 as well. Losing effort from Bulgaria, similar names to what we're used to. Pavlin Ivanov led the way, he had 16. Young had 15. Andrei Ivanov, 11 points, 7 rebounds. 4 of them coming offensively. And then Konstantin Kostadinov had 13 points and 7 rebounds as well. But it just wasn't enough. You know, Iceland always had a response when they needed to. Just the comfort level they were able to get offensively today has been so different to their opening 2 games. So good work from Iceland. I think they'll be pleased to get the win here, as they will move to 1-2, and Bulgaria will move to 0-3 to finish up Group C. There's 2 of Ivanov's points and rebounds for him as we get the confirmation. It is Turkey and Ukraine finish at the top of Group C. Iceland with the win will finish in 3rd place. The only thing yet to decide is who will be top dog. Will it be Turkey or will it be Ukraine? Those 2 teams will face off shortly here on Courtside 1891. So make sure you join us for that one.